All right, ladies and gentlemen, the 70th pick was just announced. The Detroit Lions trade up to take up Isaac Tesla, Arkansas wide receiver, and they put the Jaguars will be on the clock in just four more picks. I mean, it's not 49ers related, but right now, currently, the biggest story is the fact that Shador Sanders is still available. And now that I think about it, and this just reminded me because of the Arkansas player, Landon Jackson is still available. He was someone who was expected to go in the, like early to mid second round. There's still a lot of players available. And I know Justin, I see Justin in the chat. Justin's got to be upset with who the Rams just took. They took your guy. And it continues to be a theme where if Justin likes a defensive lineman, there's a good chance that the Chiefs are going to take him. But there's still good players on the board. So let's reset this as everyone's hopping into the chat and hopping into this stream. You guys already know what to do. Make sure that you smash that like button, get that juiced up so we can get as many people in this room as possible so we can all react to the pick coming up. So, with that being said, let's reset this. What position should the San Francisco 49ers draft with the 75th pick overall? To recap, the 49ers have taken an edge in round one at pick 11, and then they go and take defensive tackle in the second round at pick 43. So as a result of this, the 49ers have solidified they still need more. They still need more defensive line. So they could potentially go here at 75 because as you can see, a lot of guys are jumping off the board. I do not know if they wait till pick 100, if the guy that they want will be there or not. So let's see. Let's see. But all right, let me see what the chat is talking about. So as I look in the chat of what position we want to go with here, I see a lot of center. Okay, center, offensive line, linebacker, D line. I'm seeing no Scatabo. We got O line, O line. Oh, is this the O line spot? People want their center, Jalen Noel, D line or linebacker, linebacker edge or DT. Texas Niner says more trenches, please. Offensive tackle, linebacker, O line time, defensive tackle again. Shoot. Left tackle, Trent always hurt, never practiced. Linebacker, next pick will be O line. Pick 100 will be Scat. Jared Wilson at center. Running back. I don't know. I don't think right back right now is the right move. If I'm going to be honest, we got way more pressing needs. Jalen Noel though would be a phenomenal pick. I'm not going to lie. I would really like that pick, even though it kind of isn't a blaring need right now, and there's definitely other needs. I wouldn't mind it. Landon Jackson, Thomas or Revel, Jared Wilson, then Nick Wilson, then Nick Nash, left tackle, D line or linebacker from round 3, DT, or LB. The Saints pick defensive end Vernon Broughton with the number 71 overall pick. The Jets took the Jets took Azareye'h Thomas at 73. Oh my gosh. That means we're close. We are close to being on the clock. Oh, Azareye'h Thomas at 75 would have been a steal. Oh my gosh, that was close. I'm really curious to know if that was on their board or not. All right, I want to find a best available tracker, draft tracker. We're round 3. I want best available prospects. Search status undrafted. All right, so I'm going to pull up the board here. We're going to look at some names, but we're going to be on the clock here really quickly. The Browns, man, the Browns are having a sneaky, phenomenal draft. Landon Jackson goes off the board to the Bills. So Landon Jackson goes. Here's some of the names. He just goes off the board literally. Jack Sawyer's out there. Jalen Royals, Xavier Watts, not bad either. Rebel, Azareye'h Thomas went. Josiah Stewart. Is this where Kyle goes with Tootin? Tooted and booted? Jalen Knoll, Jordan Birch. Princely has fallen mightily. This could be a Marcus Embo pick right here. I wouldn't mind Marcus right here if we're going O-line. Could they go Charles Grant? Charles Grant, high upside player. He strikes me kind of as a guard, more so than a tackle. Emory Jones can play tackle and guard. Jonas Sanker, Jamari Caldwell, if you want to go interior defensive tackle. JJ Pegues, Cam Jackson. Oh, there's Nick Nash. Deion Walker. Ooh, could this be Alec Manor? Could we see Alec? Could we see Alec go to the San Francisco 49ers right here? I don't know, but you better smash that like button because the 49ers are about to be on the clock right now. So you better smash that like button. We got to get to 100 likes before the 49ers are on the clock. All right, let's see what else we got around here. There's Chris Paul. I like Dorian Strong, but I don't know if you go here. Kyle Kennard. Interesting. Oh, Noel Williams. You got Jed York tweeting again. Jed York says, let's put this pick in #conviction. The 49ers are officially on the clock. All right, guys, this is your last chance to get your predictions in, and then we are up. So who is it going to be? Drop your answers in the chat right now. I don't know, man. I don't know. This could definitely go a bunch of different ways. Seeing lots of O line conviction. Is this the Alec Ale Manor pick right here? Are we getting Alec to the Niners? I don't know, man. Drop your prediction in the chat, then smash that like button on your way out. Yo, 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 yo. All right. This is it. Moment of truth. San Francisco 49ers are on the clock. Who are they going to take at pick 75 right here? Man, this feels like this could be a Chris Paul or a Jeffrey Bossa, maybe an Aeneas Peebles. Aeneas Peebles right here would be a phenomenal addition to Alfred Collins because he's like the opposite of Collins. Aeneas is a phenomenal pass rushing interior defensive tackle. He's very quick, very fast, has a bunch of different moves. He's one of my favorite prospects to watch heading into the Senior Bowl. He's a lot of fun to watch. Um, Chris Paul, like I mentioned, I don't know, man. If I'm going offensive tackle, I'm going to hold out for Esa Pole. I think it's too soon for him. I think you could wait on that. Who's it gonna be? Oh my goodness. Another sweat. Who are the 49ers going to select with the 75th pick overall in this draft? Who is it going to be? The tension is mounting. The fans are wondering, are they going O line? Could they go back and get another defensive lineman? Could this be the linebacker pick that everyone wants to see? Where will the 49ers go? That is the question. And the 49ers will have an answer for us any second. It is going to be fascinating to see what the 49ers pick is. Do they go wide receiver? I don't know. I don't know, man. I think you kind of have to go and stick to the trenches right now. All right, someone's got to drop the pick soon. Keep in mind that the pick was not leaked prior to the 49ers being on the clock when they took Alfred Collins. So I don't know how you would control that. I don't know who's responsible for leaking, but I have not seen anything yet. Denver just announced. Oh, oh, that's an old post. Denver just announced that they took Pat Bryant. All right, I like Pat Bryant. I think it's a pretty solid pick for the Denver Broncos. Oh, they're saying the pick is in. All right, the pick is in. All right. It is time for the 49ers to announce who they are picking at 75. It doesn't look like it is going to be leaked. So we are going to be able to hear it straight from the announcement. Oh, the San Francisco 49ers select Oklahoma State linebacker Nick Martin. All right. I like Nick Martin. This is I actually think this is I like this pick, man. This is your Dre Greenlaw replacement right here. This is your Dre Greenlaw replacement. And there you go. Maybe isn't the name that a lot of people were looking for, but that is the exact role that he is going to fill. He is very quick, very active. Um, honestly, not bad. Not bad at all. And we're going to talk about why and talk a little bit more about what he has been able to produce right now for the San Francisco 49ers. But that is the pick. They go Nick Martin, Oklahoma State at pick 75. 49ers select Oklahoma State linebacker Nick Martin at pick 75. All right, instant reactions in the chat. Drop them. How do we feel about this pick? Again, might not be the name that you guys are looking for, but this is definitely an underrated. This is an underrated pick right here. I've talked about this guy throughout this process. He was a guy who stood out to me. I don't I again I see the vision. I thought he was severely underrated in some of the PFF rankings. He was like ranked as like a 7th round pick for a good portion of this process, which I did not understand. But this is what the San Francisco 49ers are getting. They're getting a 22-and-a-half-year-old linebacker, 6 foot, 220 pounds. Last year, he had 30 tackles. He accounted for 6 sacks. He had 8 quarterback hits and 16 quarterback hurries. So this is interesting. They clearly blitzed him quite a bit. Oh, excuse me. That this is from their 2023 season. Um, oh, I can see why he wasn't heavily discussed. Uh, it appears he had an injury after week 5. So he played his first 5 weeks with Oklahoma, and he did not play after that. So only 361 snaps last season, where he accounted for what looks like 9 total pressures, 1 sack, 4 hits, 4 quarterback hurries. He had 38 tackles, and 11 of those were assisted. But if you look at his 2023 season, that's when he had a huge season. 102 tackles, and that's where he had the 6 sacks, 8 hits, 30 total pressures. So basically what I think the 49ers are trying to tell us right here is they think that he could be better or he might not be getting the credit that he deserves because of the injury that he had. So he definitely got knocked out and wasn't able to finish the season. But that's what the San Francisco 49ers are getting right here with Nick Martin. As I said, he's a very fluid athlete. Like, he really knows how to move for sure. So yeah, I'm not too upset with this pick. I don't know how the league values him, but he's I mean, when you look at his 40, he ran a 4.53. So I mean, he's very quick. His short shuttle at 4.23, vertical is 38 inches, and he benched 26 reps. So, hey man, this is your Dre Greenlaw replacement right here. That's who the 49ers just got, a guy who is very, very active. So, again, just had his last year. Looked like he got knocked out from injury, but this is a guy who feels, and I mean, he really does look like a Dre Greenlaw clone. But the 49ers take him here 75. So what is your instant grade? Looks like Jalen Knoll just goes to the Texans. Wow, the Texans got both of them? The Texans took Jalen Knoll and Jaden Higgins. That's crazy. So I think this is going to be a pick that depends on what you're thinking, right? Because I think if you're going to base it off media rankings and you're going to base it off that would be considered a reach. This would be considered a reach. But clearly, they went and got a guy who they see fits what they're looking for. So I would assume that they're really looking at Nick Martin like this is going to be a guy who is going to fit that Dre Greenlaw role. This is their Dre Greenlaw replacement, and they identified who they wanted, and they went and got him. I wasn't expecting Nick Martin to go at pick 75. He seemed like 100-plus guy to me, but again, clearly the 49ers saw enough that they liked, and they went and got their guy. They weren't going to let him slide. They weren't going to take a chance at 100. So I don't. Again, this is the thing with the drafts, right? We talk about value. That would be the only thing that I really don't love about this pick. Other than that, I like the player. I think Nick Martin is a really good player. I thought he was super underrated all throughout the draft process. Again, he's a very good mover. He's very aggressive. He's a good tackler. He's all over the place, and he just got kind of knocked out due to injury last year. And so, hey, that's they go out, they get a guy, maybe a little bit of a reach, but again, at the end of the if this guy comes out and plays significant snaps, then we're not going to be talking about a reach at all. Um, so you think about this spot. So think about the process, right? The process was this felt like a good spot for a linebacker. He's in that same category, Chris Paul, and Jeffrey Bassa. So that's what I'm going to say to you. If you would have taken Chris Paul or you would have taken Jeffrey Bassa right here at pick 75, then you should like this pick of Nick Martin. They're the same type of player. Again, we talked about this with almost near every single pick. so far. The same thing applies with the Alfred Collins pick. Is there's an archetype, but there's multiple players who fit that archetype. You just have to pick which player you want. And so with the Nick Martin archetype, it's Chris Paul, Jeffrey Bassa. They opted to go with Nick Martin. So I don't have a problem with that. I get it. There's probably a thought process out there that exists where maybe you could have got him at 100. Maybe you could have got him a little later. I don't know. I don't know how these teams rank these guys. But I will tell you that, again, Nick Martin was super underrated all throughout this process. So I'll continue to say I like the player. I like the player quite a bit. So I have no problems with the player. I think this player is going to come in and he's going to be probably thrust into a pretty big role. And I think it does say something about Winters and, Winters not really developing maybe as they had hoped. So they go out and get a linebacker and Nick Martin. Again, my advice on this one is don't worry about where he was selected, worry about the player. And this is a good player. So I think the 49ers got their guy. And this is another thing to keep in mind. I guarantee Robert Saleh had a lot of input into this pick. So that's what I'm saying, man. This is a good player. You got the Robert Saleh stamp. And hey, good things happen when Robert Saleh picks third round linebackers. So before we judge too harshly on the value of where Nick Martin was taken, we got a good player. And I think that's ultimately what matters the most. So now, where do the 49ers pick next? What is the 49ers' next draft selection? If you guys know it, drop it in the chat. You could save me from searching it up. Oh, yeah, pick 100. I've said it like 5 times. But thank you, chat. That was a test. I was just testing to see how on point you guys were, and you guys passed the test. Congratulations. That was the test. You passed it. Phenomenal. All right. So the 49ers have addressed 3 major needs with this pick, right? Defensive end, tackle, linebacker. So 3 massive holes that were left by starters, right? The 49ers cut Leonard Floyd. They also released Malik Collins. And then you had the 49ers lose Dre Greenlaw in free agency. So all those positions have been replaced. Now, if we're going off the same logic, are the San Francisco 49ers going to select a cornerback? Are they going to select a safety potentially? Are they going to select a guard or a swing tackle in to replace Jalen Moore? If we're going on replacing who has left, then there's also a running back replacing Jordan Mason. So we'll see. The 49ers have one more pick left. They're less than 20 picks away from being back on the clock. So they're going to have an opportunity to add one more player tonight. So we shall find out who that player is going to be. But if I had to take an early guess, I kind of want to go back to the D line at 100. I kind of want to go. 100 might be the David Walker pick. I'm just saying. That might be a good spot, but they also probably need another defensive tackle as well. All right, so we have some insight on the injury. Nick Martin said he had an MCL injury last season that did not require surgery. He is considered to be 100% right now. So that is the injury that he had suffered. It was an MCL, but no tear. So a couple players coming in with injury issues last year, but the key factor is that they're both healthy, but they did suffer injuries last year. So, good player, maybe a little bit early, but still a good player. A little bit of an injury that he was dealing with last year. He is healthy. So that is good to know. But again, when you look at the season last year, he was very active. I I still want Teddy B though. Matt says, "Thank you for your coverage." Hey, shout out to Matt, man. Appreciate it. Appreciate it, man. Not only did you give me a compliment, but you sent me $2. I appreciate that, dude. Thank you. And again, thank you to everyone who has been following along uh, with the channel. I do appreciate it. Following along with the coverage, all that good stuff. Y'all are the best. All right, though. Dang, someone prank called Shadur. So to recap right now, the San Francisco 49ers have selected Michael Williams in the first round, Alfred Collins in the second round, and then they have selected Nick Martin, Oklahoma State linebacker, in the third round. So far, right now, this is going to be the pick that will be considered the reach. Right? That's what the I think consensus fan reaction is going to be. But again, If we're gonna focus on the value, if we're gonna focus on the player, they got a good player for sure. He said, "Let the let the hair fly on the next pick." Yeah, well, I might have to. I might have to let the hair down on day 3. That might be the move. I might be ultra casual tomorrow. We might have to. We need to get. We might need to get some flow momentum going for day 3. That might be the move. Go straight flow momentum on day 3. Momentum worked for a while. It just backfired on us one time. Oh, running back. Iowa. Running back. Iowa. Dude, I don't know when Shador Sanders is going to get drafted, man. It doesn't look like Shador's going to get taken anytime soon. Because obviously the Steelers need a quarterback, and they are punting on quarterback. That's crazy. Do you know who's having a low key really good draft? Kansas City. Kansas City is having a really good draft. I hate to say it. Oh, this is interesting. I just came across a video um, where Nick Martin said that he bought a Fred Warner jersey. He said that he's got respect for 2 linebackers in this league, Ray Lewis and Fred Warner, and he bought a Fred Warner jersey. Now he's teammates with them. That is pretty cool. That is cool for sure. All right. All right. He just bought some stock right there. Stock up. Stock up. I don't think Teddy is gone yet. Teddy might not go for a while. Did he go? Oh no, Williams. Oh not no. Come on. To the Chiefs? I just gave the Chiefs credit too for having a phenomenal draft, and they go and take Noah Williams out of Cal. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. All right, I'm upset. All right, do you guys want to do what we did last time? Take a little bit of a break. I'll create a new link, and then I'll give you the link to drop into, and so we can take a little break, and then we'll come back about 5 picks before, and we'll react to pick 100. Are you guys down for that? Breaking 49ers live reaction. I'll stay on for a little bit more. Live reaction to 49ers final pick in third round. Man, I can't believe the Chiefs got Noah Williams. Can't keep letting them get away with this. Can't keep doing it. They got Joshua Simmons too. Like, come on. Come on, man. All right. I'm going to get the link for you guys right here in 1 second. All right. Here's the link if you guys want to continue in the chat. So we're not going to take a long break at all. This is going to be a short break. Short break, and then we will be back to react to the final pick and then recap the first 2 days of the draft. All right, sound like a plan. I dropped the link, so if you guys want to continue in the chat over there, I'll drop the link one more time. So this is the link to the next live. Like I said, I'm going to take a little bathroom break, do all that good stuff, get some refreshments, and then we'll be back to wrap up day 2 of the NFL draft. Appreciate all you guys who have been following along with the channel, watching the videos. I really do appreciate every single one of you. I appreciate every single one of you who's smashed that like button. Appreciate every single one of you who's dropped a comment in this chat. And I appreciate every single one of you who's going to be back as we react to the final pick on day 2 and recap this whole thing. We'll be back in about maybe even like 10 minutes. It's not going to be a long time, that long. So I'll see you guys in a little bit. Peace. Smash that like button if you haven't already. Love to